Okay, lastly, let's wrap up Corbett's Corner here with Naomi Osaka. We have talked about this. She made headlines for withdrawing from the French Open because she claimed mental health problems for not wanting to speak to reporters post match. She gets, doesn't do well in social scenarios, so etc. So I wanted to piece this together because now she's getting flack because she's on the cover of Sports Illustrated, right? She's apparently got her own TV show, a reality TV show here, which again, she's going back and forth with like Megyn Kelly and Clay Travis is blasting her. And the reason I want to touch on it is because I have dealt with severe anxiety in the past. I know it's not the same as Osaka, and every case is different, but I had severe social anxiety and I still am on medication that cured me. Right now, I have it to kind of keep me going on a normal path where I felt like anxiety is tough. Now that we have more mental health awareness, I understood and I sympathized with her when it came out. But now, she's saying, oh, I did these swimsuit covers before the French Open, before I all said that. As a person that suffered from anxiety, I would not be able to, if I was having trouble talking to reporters, I would not just be able to block out that social anxiety and go do a swimsuit cover for everyone to see me. It just putting two and two together don't make sense to me. So I'm not saying we're right to maybe question Naomi Osaka, but I think she kind of took a route that would make it easier for her not to have to talk to reporters. And that, I think, is the larger issue, is you're seeing the shift. Kyrie Irving does not want to talk to reporters. Kevin Durant, you haven't heard a quote from LeBron except for on the sideline. Like, you're not getting juicy quotes from LeBron. He's not talking to the media postgame more times than not, unless he's contractually obligated to. Because here's the difference. Back in Michael Jordan days, who also hated having to talk to the media when they swarmed him and by the hundreds at his locker, that was how you had to, the newspaper was how fans got to know you. The TV quotes were how fans got to know you. You do radio hits. That's how the fans would hear you, etc. Now we don't need that. Now the superstars have millions, tens of millions of followers on their own social media channels. If they want to get a quote out there, if they want to talk to their fans, they can just pick up their phone. They don't have to sit and watch Wally from the New York Post ask them, hey, you kind of suck tonight. What did you think about that? So I understand Naomi Osaka saying, hey, I don't want to do that anymore. I'm the biggest star in the sport. I'm taking over for Serena Williams. So again, I'm not trying. I just thought it was interesting from the social anxiety standpoint that, well, that's kind of hypocritical if you're saying, I think it's a little bit of these guys just don't want to deal with reporters anymore. And it brings in the question, what is the need for reporters anymore, right? No, who's reading the New York Post to get a quote from Giannis about his 50-point game? No, we're going on Instagram or watching Bleacher Report of a crazy dunk he had. That's all we want to see. The changing of the times is insane. And here's what's insane is the 2020 pandemic made it easier to get the reporters out of the locker room. Now it's all over Zoom. And I really, truly wonder, are they even going to let reporters back in once things actually do settle down? Yeah, that's going to have to be bargained and collected because the players hate this shit. They don't want to do sideline report. They want people in their grill as they're trying to shower after a bad loss. Again, it's interesting. You see Kyrie Irving stating he's not going to be talking to reporters this season, yada, yada, yada. And then he's releasing stuff on his Instagram. It's a huge shift. These guys control their own narrative now, and it's a powerful thing. So again, Naomi Osaka I don't think she's not doing the Olympics. I don't know if she's going to play in the U.S. Open. She's catching heat from the right, pretty much, right? Clay Travis will try and do anything for clicks. But again, it is interesting. How are you going to say I don't do well talking to reporters post game, but I do well on the cover of a magazine seen by the millions? Maybe got caught with the tail between your legs there, but it is part of a pushing narrative that is going to be these guys are ready to create their own. That's why Michael Jordan got to make his own documentary. That's why Tom Brady's getting to make his own documentary. So I also see the other side of things where it's like, well, wait a second. Why don't we need people asking the hard questions? And the athletes are telling you, nah, I don't think I want that. You're going to see a real tug of war there on that narrative in the next 5 to 10 years, I believe.